Awake and alert. BoCo had just returned from the woods. Bill and Ben were puzzled.
It didn't seem like anything was wrong with you.
Oh, nothing wrong. I was just given new equipment.
But you look exactly the same.
The equipment is on the inside. Sir Topham Hatt had an alert system installed in my cab. It's a button that has to be pushed as soon as it starts flashing.
And if it's not pushed?
My brakes come on. It's there to make sure my driver is paying attention, especially when I take my midnight goods. I assume Sir Topham Hatt wants to take caution after the recent string of sleepy signalmen.
Paw, more like he wants to be sure you don't sleep on the job.
BoCo's driver was on holiday, and a relief man took his place. They had just left with their first train when... "What the blazes is that?" cried the driver.
The alert system, sir. You have to press it or...
Alert system? What rubbish! That's the problem with you newfangled diesels. Too easily distracted. Why, back in my young days, those steam engines kept us busy. You had to be alert, or... He was interrupted by the sound of screeching brakes. Eh? What's the matter now?
You didn't press the button. My brakes come on if you don't. It's to prevent runaways.
Phooey. I'll tell you how to stop a runaway. BoCo rolled his eyes. This wasn't going to be easy. The relief driver gave BoCo grief all day. He would ignore the alert system, only pressing the button at the last second, and he laughed when BoCo tried to reason with him. The old diesel was feeling annoyed and stressed.
This new driver is impossible,
he complained to Derek that night.
He's more interested in his glory days than he is with keeping the train running.
Oh dear. He does sound like a helpful old chap. Still, it must be of some comfort that you'll be able to stop, even if his mind does go wandering.
I suppose. But a railway is no place for his games.
Derek could only agree. The next evening, BoCo took his train to the mainland and was now bringing trucks back. The night air was still, and thankfully the driver hadn't given him much hassle. As BoCo rolled through the countryside, the familiar beep of the alert system began. BoCo braced himself for a comment from the driver, but none came. Instead, he heard snoring.
Stop fooling! This little joke of yours isn't funny anymore. Wasn't to begin with either.
Still, there was no reply, and the beeping continued. BoCo looked down the line and turned white as a ghost. Up ahead, some fish fans from the Flying Kipper stood at Edward Station, waiting to be shunted. BoCo knew he needed to stop.
Wake up! Wake up!
The driver didn't hear, but the trucks did.
Your driver asleep? Don't worry, we'll wake him for you. On!
BoCo rolled helplessly down the line and closer to the vans. He couldn't bear it. He shut his eyes tight. Suddenly, there was an almighty screeching. BoCo's brakes had come on, much to his relief. He put all his efforts into halting the train, fighting against the trucks. At last, the train ground to a halt, with BoCo's buffers mere inches from the vans.
Phew!
We were having fun. Killjoy.
Just then, the driver stepped out of the cab. Eh? What's happened? How did these vans get here? BoCo just rolled his eyes. BoCo's regular driver returned the next day and immediately adapted to the alert system. BoCo was relieved. He never had to worry about being a runaway again. Meanwhile, Sir Topham Hatt had stern words for the relief driver. After that, he wouldn't be forgetting to stay awake and alert anytime soon.